is he so nasty to us? We tried to be good. A voice came roaring up the stairs again. Get an effing move on. You've got money to earn. She inhaled and counted to 3. One day she'd get away from this. One day the 3 of them would escape. One day. But for now, she had to get a wriggle on. Cupping her oldest child's face in her hands for a moment before repeating the gesture with her younger child, she smiled. Now, you know what to do. No noise, only the little light, and don't go near the window. They smiled up at her, their eyes filled with a love she didn't deserve. Don't worry, Mummy. We won't make a noise. No one will know we're home alone. We'll be good. She nodded once. Don't forget the bucket if you need a wee-wee. From her pocket, she took out a key and placed it beside their food. Remember, don't open the door for anyone except me, unless... 2 small mouths opened and chanted in synchronicity. There's an emergency. That's right. She grinned and handed them a packet of Rolos. She rose. Don't forget to share. Walking to the door, she flicked the main light switch off, leaving the room in a dull glow. Love you. As footsteps thundered up the steps, she slipped out of the room, locked the door and sneaked her key into her pocket before moving over to greet the grunting man who had now reached the top of the stairs. Thank God you're ready. Hope them brats are sorted. She nodded, avoiding his gaze. One of these days she'd kill him. No matter how long she had to wait, she'd kill him. The children looked at the door after their mother left, Donatello's lips trembling. Why does she have to go? Why does he always make her go? He knows she doesn't like it, Raph. By the time the Ninja Turtles episode had finished, the room had become colder. The creaking central heating had long since clicked off, and the old radiators were making cooling down sounds. Snow fell outside, illuminated by the orange streetlight. It's snowing. Shall we climb onto Mummy's bed to watch the snow? Donatello's tone was hopeful. If they moved onto the big bed, the draught from the door wouldn't hit them and they'd be able to peek out the window. If they switched off the small lamp, no one would spot them. Raphael grinned, and in a good imitation of the teenage turtle's New York accent said, All right, Don, but you'll have to invent a screen so no one can see us from outside. They peered through a gap in the curtains, enjoying watching the layer of snow build on the pavements and on the few cars that were parked in their street. Car lights driving up the road made the snow glisten. But as the snow got heavier, fewer cars chanced the shortcut offered by their street, which was on a steep slope. Only a few well-wrapped-up figures braved the weather, and the pretend ninjas watched as their footprints disappeared under the snow. Do you think Mummy's cold? Raphael didn't know exactly what Mummy did when she went out to work, though one of the lads at school had said their mummy was a slut. Not quite sure what a slut was, Raphael, in true Raphael ninja style, had punched the kid on the nose and had earned a beating from him afterwards for drawing attention to them. Mummy was probably cold, but there was nothing they could do. To distract Donatello, Raphael held out a fisted hand, then grinning, opened it. I love you enough to give you my last Rolo, Don. Cuddling together, they continued to watch the snow until a figure walking up the hill drew their attention as it weaved from side to side, slipping a few times in the slush and getting back to its feet again. As it got closer, Raphael saw that the person carried a bottle, which surprisingly hadn't broken despite its owner's frequent falls. Who's that, Raph? Do you think he's drunk? Raph did indeed think the figure was drunk, and noting worry in Don's voice said, Don't worry, nobody can get in here. Remember, we've got the key, and you activated the magic screen.